Good evening. Welcome to Thursday Night Bhakti, where we take a 30-minute pause out of our busy day, our busy week, and sink into a little devotional mantra. So tonight we're going to chant one of the peace mantras, the Śāntiḥ mantras. And this particular mantra, Lokāḥ Samastāḥ Sukhino Bhavantu. I think many of us have chanted that in yoga circles. Many of us may perhaps have chanted this in our yoga classes. So you may be a little familiar with it. You may be very familiar with it. Perhaps you're not familiar with the exact pronunciation within the Sanskrit pronunciation world, and also probably not familiar with the true translation of this mantra. I've heard it translated in many ways. I've heard it translated in this way many times. So in a lot of yoga classes that I've been to in my distant past, I've heard yoga teachers chant this mantra and say that the translation is, "May all beings be happy and free, and may the thoughts, words, and actions of my own life contribute in some way to that happiness and freedom for all." So, that translation is supposedly translating just the first part of the mantra, Lokāḥ Samastāḥ Sukhino Bhavantu. All of that I just read you as a translation is what is usually noted as the translation for that mantra. And in fact, that's not right. So if Solo will get off of my paper, I'll read to you the exact translation. So Lokāḥ, that word Lokāḥ, and in fact, it is pronounced Lokāḥ. There's just a little hint of an aspiration at the end of that word. Lokāḥ. So say that with me. Lokāḥ. And that word means worlds, all of the worlds, the seen and the unseen. Samastāḥ, again, there's a little aspiration at the end of that word. Samastāḥ, Samastāḥ. So that word means all. So all, everyone, all beings in all the worlds. Sukhino, Sukhino, actually it's Sukhino. The O is a long hold there. So Sukhino, this word means happy. And Bhavantu means may become. So Lokāḥ Sukhino Bhavantu means may all beings in all the worlds become happy. But the other part of that translation I really love. The part that says, "And may my thoughts and words and actions contribute in some way to that happiness and freedom for all." Well, that's a really wonderful thought, but it's not quite accurate. So we add to the first part of the mantra, the Lokāḥ Samastāḥ Sukhino Bhavantu. We add to that this second part that I've listed there. Ruṣtā Kāmān Phalā Bhavantu. So Ruṣtā means provoke. Tu means moving or increasing. It's the action. It's the action. Kāmān is our desire. Phalā is fruit, the word for fruit. And Bhavantu, again, is may become. So if we put all that together, it means may the fruit of the action of my desire provoke this becoming, provoke this becoming of happiness. So when we put those two together, it does mean loosely what everybody says the first part of it means. Lokāḥ Samastāḥ Sukhino Bhavantu, Ruṣtā Kāmān, Phalā Bhavantu. May all beings in all the worlds be happy. May the fruit of my desire move toward or create the action of all beings becoming happy. So that is that's the translation. And so now we're going to learn how to pronounce it properly and how to chant it in the Vedic way properly. So that first word, Lokāḥ, there's a little aspiration after, at the end of the word. So say that with me. Lokāḥ. And the next word, Samastāḥ. Samastāḥ. And the next word, Sukhino. So that letter that looks like a K and an H, it's actually one letter. And so it's pronounced ka, ka, ka. So you can kind of get the feel of it if you say something like thick honey, thick honey, thick honey. That helps our Western mouth feel the right pronunciation of that K and the H next to one another. So it's Sukhino, Sukhino, Sukhino. And then the last word, Bhavantu. So again, that B and H next to one another is one word, one letter. And it's pronounced Bah, Bah, Bah. So, so that would be, we could say rub honey, rub honey, rub honey. That helps our Western palate say that word. So it's Bhavantu, Bhavantu, Bhavantu. Yes. And then moving on, Ruṣtā. So the thing that looks like an S and the thing that looks like a T with two dots underneath, we make that sound in a special part of our mouth. So if you put your tongue right behind your front teeth and then begin to draw it back, you'll feel a little speed bump of tissue. Right behind that speed bump is a little indentation. That's where we put our tongue for that pronunciation. So it goes like this. Ruṣtā, shta, shta, shta. And the r in ru is pronounced there too. So it's all in that little divot area. Ruṣtā, Ruṣtā, Ruṣtā. Yes. And then the next words, Kāmān, Kāmān, Kāmān. So put your tongue right behind your front teeth and draw it back for the Kāmān, Kāmān. And the next word, Phalā. So there's that H after the P. So that's one letter, and it's pronounced with a puff of air. Pa, pa, pa. So it's Phalā, Phalā. And the last word is the same as the first time we said it. Bhavantu, Bhavantu, Bhavantu. So there you have it. Now we add what we call srara. The srara is the appropriate intonation of each of the syllables. So I will pronounce it for you with the srara, and then you can repeat it after me. It goes like this. Lokāḥ Samastāḥ Sukhino Bhavantu. Try that with me. Lokāḥ Samastāḥ Sukhino Bhavantu. Good. And then the last part of that is Ruṣtā tu Kāmān Phalā Bhavantu. Again, let's do that together. Ruṣtā tu Kāmān Phalā Bhavantu. Good. So that is the Vedic intonation for chanting this mantra. So I'm going to turn on a little electronic tampura and to give us a nice little drone. And we're going to chant this mantra in the Vedic style very slowly, several times. And then I'll turn the tampura off and I'll start to play my guitar, and we'll chant this in a more musical style. And then we'll go back at the end to the Vedic style of chanting the mantra. So I hope you'll join me. Actually, before we begin to chant the mantra, I also want to say that I love this mantra a lot, and I chant this mantra at the end of each of my practices, whether it's a meditation practice, a mantra practice, a kirtan, or teaching one of my yoga classes, my asana classes, my physical yoga classes. I teach my students to chant this mantra at the end of our practice. And for me, this allows me to take the benefits of my personal practice and extend it out with this beautiful mantra, extend it out to all of those in the world who need a little more peace, freedom, happiness in their lives. So it's an offering for me, and I hope it'll be an offering for you. Lokāḥ Samastāḥ Sukhino Bhavantu. Ruṣtā tu Kāmān Phalā Samastāḥ Sukhino Bhavantu. Ruṣtā tu Kāmān Phalā Bhavantu. Lokāḥ Samastāḥ Sukhino
Samastāḥ Sukhino Bhavantu. Ruṣtā tu Kāmān Phalā Bhavantu. Lokāḥ Samastāḥ Sukhino Bhavantu. Ruṣtā tu Kāmān Phalā Bhavantu. Lokāḥ Samastāḥ Sukhino Bhavantu. Ruṣtā tu Kāmān Phalā Bhavantu. Lokāḥ Samastāḥ Sukhino Bhavantu. Ruṣtā tu Kāmān Phalā Bhavantu. Lokāḥ Samastāḥ Sukhino Bhavantu. Ruṣtā tu Kāmān Phalā Bhavantu. Lokāḥ Samastāḥ Sukhino Bhavantu. Ruṣtā tu Kāmān Phalā Bhavantu. Śāntiḥ, Śāntiḥ, Śāntiḥ.
May we think of the intention of this mantra in our lives. May we offer prayers that all the beings in all the worlds be happy, and that the fruit of the desire be an action to somehow contribute to this. Thank you for being with me tonight, and I will see you next Thursday, which will be my maybe my last Thursday for a while, because I'll be taking off next weekend to go, or the following weekend, to go to India, to go to Kerala and spend a little less than a month there. So if I can get some internet and if the timing is right, while over there, we'll do Thursday night bhakti for you, Thursday morning bhakti for me. And if not, I'll see you when I get back. But I will be here next week. So please join me again. Good night, everybody. Thanks for being here. Solo says nighty night. Nighty night, Solo.